What do I think of steroids? To be honest, I don't think about them much at all. But I was prompted to make this video after one of my subscribers asked me about him using anabolic assistance. You know, this dude was very young. He was below the age of 18, had not been working out for a long period of time. He clearly had not maxed out his genetic potential, but he's looking for a shortcut. So I told him very briefly, very shortly, a fuck no to taking steroids and to stay the fuck away from them. Now, that's him. What's my opinion on steroids? Here's my opinion. I have never taken anabolic steroids, and I never plan on taking anabolic steroids. It's not something for me. Why? Because working out this whole fitness journey is very personal. It's more about that inward personal progression that I make, the traits that I learn through going through the fire and emerging victorious, constantly pushing myself to my limit, recovering, and trying to be better than I was before, learning about dedication, determination, discipline, and effort. All those things really matter to me. That's what working out is, right? It is kind of like a journey, a spiritual journey, if you will, to self-betterment. And steroids have no factor in that, right? Why would I want to take something easier, a shortcut for me, to lessen my time or make me lift more weight? I don't want to be the largest man in the world, the most muscular, and or the strongest. I want to be the best that I personally can be with what I'm naturally given. Besides the absolute lack of interest, there's also the health concerns for me. I do this to keep a healthy, active lifestyle. I want to be that fit fucking grandfather when I'm 80 years old. I want to chase my kids, my grandkids, and my great-grandkids. So health is very important to me. Nassim Taleb, he has a great quote on this, where he'll say that a small benefit will never outweigh long-term unknown side effects. Meaning you can take a steroid, great, you're gonna build muscle, but the long-term unknown shit, what it's gonna do to your heart over a period of 10, 20, 30 years, this has not been studied effectively. You're entering a gray zone. There's a whole bunch of potential problems in the future. So this small benefit of building more muscle, which I'm not interested in attaining that physique at that size, definitely does not outweigh all the potential negatives. Now, what do I think about other people using steroids? For the most part, I cannot give a fuck. If you're a recreational user and you want to use it, more power to you. Just, be safe. Where I do have a problem is when it comes in, into play marketing, dishonesty, and young, impressionable people that are not properly educated on the subject that decide to use anabolic assistance. The big problem I have is dishonesty in the fitness community. Steroids and pro hormones are pretty damn common in this industry. A lot of people that are going to market themselves as being natural are clearly not natural and they're using assistance. And where the problem lies is they'll use this enhanced physique and try and sell you a product. I got in this shape by doing this workout program. Not by taking steroids, but by doing this workout program. Buy my shit. And a lot of people get gullible and they buy it. And I can't stand that shit. In one small part, I could say that we as a society demand this, however, consumers. At bodybuilding shows, what do we want to see? Do we want to see a guy that's, just as proportioned and just as defined and, as big as before? Or do we want a fucking freak every single year? We demand bigger, better, faster, stronger. We live in a society where we want instant gratification. We want to see better and better results. So we put pressure on these individuals, so bodybuilders. I'm not hating on bodybuilders at all. They do what they do. They take their steroids, and everyone knows that they're on anabolic assistance. I'm talking more about, the fitness industry where people will market a supplement, or even some of those bodybuilders that then will turn to the magazines, be endorsed by a supplement that did not cause them to grow that fast or that big, and then they'll directly associate their results with X product. That's the dishonesty I'm talking about. That I can't stand. I think a good general rule, if you're going to be in the public eye selling shit and you took anabolic assistance, you should say, fuck, I took anabolic assistance. Just let it, be out in the open. And I'm not trying to be a hater. I understand with athletes, that do use anabolic assistance, that they have a whole bunch of contracts and marketing behind them. Look at, Lance Armstrong. He wasn't the only one that was using steroids, but he got pinched. All his marketing was pulled. He's being severely punished. It seems like we want people to be unnatural in their performance and how they look, but if they come out and admit that they use steroids, they're automatically condemned. So we want someone that looks like they use steroids, but just to say that they're natural. It's a catch-22. I've been in the YouTube fitness community since 2009, longer than most. I could safely say that the largest factor determining a channel's success, as long as the person's not a doorknob, is the physique level. Meaning there's a correlation between the channel's success, the amount of views they get, the likes and subscribers, and their physique level. We reward people that have a better physique, an idealized physique. It exists in our society. And some of those individuals with phenomenal physiques are using anabolic assistance, but they will not admit it because automatically their marketability will go down. And personally, I would not give a fuck about this if it did not make a strong impression on our youth, on the young dudes that lift weight. You know, we don't cherish as a society the hard work, the dedication, all the effort that goes into building a physique. And we want that instant gratification. Some young guys, you know, they'll see these physiques, or they'll look at someone like Ziz that was assisted and see all the adoration that people pay him, right? Where, oh man, he's amazing. And they think to themselves, hey, I want that attention too. And so then they'll start to use anabolic assistance. They're looking for that shortcut. I will say that my personal advice to younger subscribers who have not maxed out their genetic potential would be to not use steroids and to not cheat yourself of that personal journey, that growth you'll experience. All the life traits, the important shit that you really learn from lifting weight, don't rob yourself of that, right? Stay along this path. Stay hard, stay true to yourself, keep working out hard with intensity, learn about that discipline, dedication, and focus. Max out on your genetic potential, you know, 10, 15 years down the road. And if you want to consider it at that point, hey, more power to you. Do not shrug off, you know, hard work and dedication. Don't go for that easy solution. Decide to try and become a better person over time. That's my opinion on anabolic assistance, and it's just that, an opinion. I want to hear about you guys. What's your opinion on steroids? Post in the comment section below. And I actually just saw, as I was making this video, that I think some people might say, yo, you don't have perspective because you've never taken steroids before. You don't know what it's like. Well, you're right, I don't. But I do have someone that has used steroids that has, I think he made a great video, Elliot Hulse. He has a video on steroids. Someone asked him the same question. You can see his video response to that up here. And Buff Army, I will see you guys, whether you're natural, unnatural, or unnaturally natural, in the next video.